Welcome to the second episode of my Minecolonies. Yay! So, last time we just started out, we put down our little starter thing, we put down our town hall, created the builder's hut and the woodworker's hut. Oh my god, so much long grass here. And we put in the miner's hut. Look at her working hard. Good job, Eliana. And so now we've got to get Ben to do the next thing, which is going to be the tavern. They need somewhere to sleep. They're probably getting grouchy that I haven't made them somewhere to sleep yet. So let's go and do that. Okay, so the tavern, let's look at that, is made with a barrel and some planks. So let's do that. Also need a new pickaxe by the looks of it. Okay, there's our tavern block. We got it. Nice. While we're here, let us make ourselves a new pickaxe. And then we're going to quickly go drop off this stuff. And then we'll decide where our tavern is going. So I want the tavern to be around the town hall somewhere. So our options are we can put it over there or we can put it on this edge. I might do the farm over here and we'll put the tavern over here. Let's first see how big the tavern is in the first place. We want the fundamentals, the tavern. The Cantering Creeper Tavern. That's a cool name. So here's the size of the tavern. That's at level 1. So it's pretty deep. I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be a basement eventually. Let's go level 3. It doesn't change much. Only one entrance, I assume. Yeah, only one entrance. Cool. So let's go put it over here. We'll sneak it into this corner here. That's the entrance here, right? Yeah. So I need to flick it around twice. And we'll slot it into here. Ooh. There's not going to be any room for like an extra pathway going there though if we put this here. That could be a problem. But not necessarily, because we do have the path that goes up the back there. We could also just have like a single street going through. Yeah, we'll put it here. Bam. Oh look, and it's right at the front. I was not expecting that. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna need some birch. And then 3 different types of beds. 2 white beds, 1 light blue bed, and a yellow bed. Okay. Light blue and yellow I don't think is too hard to get a hold of. We don't really have much wool currently. Birch? Yes, birch. This is a birch town that we're doing. Because I haven't done the birch one yet, so we're doing birch. Okay, the build request has been made. Our only problem is going to be the wool, I think. I mean, we have some wool here that we can dye. Good, nothing wrong with birch. Exactly. Isn't it pretty? Birch is great. So we have our white bed that we can supply. And then we can use some of this wool for the others. We just need some light blue and some yellow. Do we have any dandelions or anything yet? No, we do not. We're gonna have to go find some flowers to dye the wool. Well, our builder starts digging that out. I do see some flowers over here. Let's go check that out. We've got some Zool flowers over there, whatever they're called. So we've got lilacs here. It's not what we need. Oh, I do see some sunflowers over there and a building. Let me just pull up the map. Oh, there's like a little abandoned village over there. Let's go over and check it out. Oh, there's a little bit of lag. Don't mind it. Can't be that hard to find flowers. I mean, you'll be surprised. But we've got yellow over there. We just need light blue now. And finding sunflowers is like the best, because we can just infinitely get yellow dye from it. We'll just let it load in the terrain a little bit. Ooh, I'm seeing in those window boxes over there, I don't know if you guys can see, there's some cornflowers. That's exactly what we need. Just grab some of these not dandelions, these sunflowers. See flowers. Cornflowers in the window boxes. But we've also got to be careful because if you can see on my map, there are enemies. It looks like to be husks and slimes. So actually, that's actually fine. We can deal with those. That's great. I'm gonna have to break the window box to get this flower, I think. Got that. Yeah, okay. Grab that. Be grabbing... Okay, I'm hearing some spiders as well. And some drowned. Mostly husks. What's in the chest? Some black wool. It makes sense because there's a loon there. Some red carpet in here. Ooh. We are taking these lanterns. Lanterns are expensive. Yeah, enemies. They're, for people who haven't watched my first Minecolonies, there is no vanilla villages in this pack. There is only, these kinds of villages, which are infested with enemies. But they have, like, a lot of loot in them. Hello? Hi. Ow! Ah! Behind! Bad. Bad husk. It's okay. We're okay. Just eat some food. Yeah, you gonna come over too, buddy? Okay. Oh, he dropped the helmet. Nice. Gosh. I ran out of time and forgot to finish the first stream. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I did try and condense it as much as possible, but I only, like, managed to remove, like, an hour from the watch time. No. We are very full right now, and I still haven't got myself a backpack. Oh, there's a flint knife. Got some pork and some wheat in here. What are things that we don't necessarily need to bring with us? We can leave those here for later, as long as we remember to come back for them. Hey, Mr. Drowned, I'll come deal with you. You're a little husk that got wet. There we go. Oh, you have a sword. You gonna give me that sword? I'd love that sword. It's iron. Aw. Meanie. And again, taking lanterns. We've got some coal. That's nice. It's a green bed. Another lantern. So, since last time we played, the Modpack did update, which is nice, which fixed the Frontier style that I've been playing by myself. So being able to continue playing that, which is very lovely. But oh my god, the amount of lanterns that I need for that particular pack. Oh my gosh. I am so low on iron all the time. Which is definitely why I recommend when you play, if you find lanterns, take them. Take all of them. You need them so bad. We haven't... Okay, I'll take that, and leave behind this piece of coarse dirt. Okay. Yeah, take all the lanterns. All of them. Because, oh my god. Because you need, like, pretty much an entire ingot to make a lantern. So you use 8 nuggets. Like, that's a lot. And this is mine. Thank you. We've got some that. Got some lapis in here. We're taking the rotten flesh because we can use that to make some leather. What else can we leave behind? Piece of dirt. We'll grab that. But yeah, we're definitely coming back to loot this more. Do you believe in gravity? That's ominous, but like it's not got any traps or anything. Hey, little slime. And we've got some sheep over here. Oh, and there's some bunnies too. So, this place will be very useful later. Anyway, yes, that's enough. What's gravity? It's a thing that makes you hurt when you fall down. Or is it the thing that makes you fall down? So then you're hurt. Is that the better way to put it? It's why it's very difficult for humans to fly. Yeah, gravity sucks. Let's make a couple of chests. And stick all this stuff inside. Things that we want to keep on us. Some dirt and some... I mean, not some dirt, some stone and some sticks. So that we can make things. Okay. We need a few more sticks than this, but maybe the lumberer has some. The lumberjack. Excuse me, sir. We got some sticks? Yes, thank you. Okay, so we need to get him a shovel. Put it in here for him. And I think the miner, yeah, the miner also wants a pickaxe, because she ran out of hers. I'll go deliver that to her. And then, let's see this. Go get some bread to eat. Also, now that we have a lot more rotten flesh, I'm going to cook it up to make leather. Because we need to make a backpack really bad. Bread. We came for bread. Came for bread. Okay. Yeah, the backpack's going to be very useful. It doesn't really hold a lot, but you can put upgrades in it, like, if there's food inside, the backpack will feed you, which is nice, if you have certain upgrades. That's like a great goal. Okay, so we need birch. Let's go and grab as much of the birch as we can from the house, and then grab some more from the lumberjack if we need it from there. Here's some birch doors we can give him in case he needs those. Yeah, we don't have a lot of birch. That's okay. Oh. Yeah, people are just wanting pickups at the moment, but we don't have anywhere to put their stuff right now. We need a warehouse, but we're not quite there for a warehouse yet. We need to get some more stuff done. We need 400 planks. We need a lot of planks. Oh my god. I don't even know if he can hold that many planks. Like, his inventory in here is almost full. I might have to take some of this dirt and stone out of here. And so that we can fit some more stuff in that he needs. When can I get this backpack IRL? Feeding myself is too much effort. I know, right? I mean, if I could have something that would just feed me when I forget to feed myself, that would be great. I would love that so much. I almost didn't feed myself before stream, but I made myself. I remembered and I was like, nope, you're getting up. You're getting some food. I know you're excited to stream, but we need to eat. First, it needs a axe. But before we do that, we're going to look up the backpack. And so these are all the backpacks. You can color them however you want. I don't usually color my backpack. It's for aesthetic reasons anyway. And then, so those are the base backpacks. And then you can upgrade it to iron, then to gold, then to diamond, and then to netherite. And upgrading it means that it has more inventory space, and it has more upgrade slots. And these are all their upgrades. So you got the pickup one, so it, like, the backpack picks up items. You have a filter, so you can filter things that go in and out of your backpack. Magnet to increase the range of pickup. The feeding upgrade and the advanced feeding upgrade, which is great. The restocking, so you can restock backpacks from sneak right-clicking on an inventory. The deposit upgrade, so you can put things into chests and stuff with it. You have the Inception upgrade, which makes it possible to put backpacks inside backpacks. The Everlasting upgrade, so it's indestructible, so it can't despawn or fall into the void. You have a tank upgrade and a battery upgrade. Those aren't all the upgrades. If I look up upgrade, there we go. So there's more in here that don't show up regularly. There's the compacting one, which makes it that if you put things inside, it will compact it if it's compactable. So, for example, if I put a bunch of nuggets in the backpack, it would become an ingot instead. The void upgrade, so that it will void certain items according to the filter it has. Refill upgrade, keep refilling stacks of selected items in the player's inventory. Smelting, so you can smelt things that are in your backpack. Smoking, so you can cook food. Blasting for blast furnace stuff. Crafting upgrade, which I like to have, so you can craft inside your backpack. The stone cutter upgrade, which I don't personally grab, because I use a stone cutter out in the world, but it's useful. The stack upgrade is really nice, because it increases the amount of items in a single stack in your backpack. So that you can, instead of having like multiple stacks of something, you can have it all in one stack. And each one increases the slot by a certain amount. The jukebox upgrade, so if you want to have your backpack play music and you have a music disc, you can do that. Tool swapper, so that you can have, is it nighttime? It's nighttime. I heard an owl and I'm like, that's nighttime, isn't it? I'm just going on about the backpack now. But yeah, tool swapper means you can keep your tools inside your backpack and it will automatically change to the correct tool when you're doing stuff. And then the pump upgrade to do with like pumping fluids and stuff, and that one's to do with experience. The main ones I use personally is like the feeding one, the crafting one, the stack upgrade one. That's mostly what I use. I don't use a lot of the others too much, but they're useful. I might use the tool swapper eventually. I just haven't gotten around to trying it out. Anyway, so we were here to make a backpack. So let us make a backpack. So we need 4 string and a chest. Where's our string? Here's our string. Here's our wood. Let's just click on that, do that, and we have our backpack. And see, the basic backpack only stores 1 row of items and has 1 upgrade. To upgrade it, we need 8 iron, which we do not have currently. So this is all that we have, but if we click on this little spot right beside our character in our inventory, there comes a backpack slot, and you put it in there, and when you press B, it pulls up your backpack. So it's very useful. I love it. Unfortunately, we need a bunch of iron to also make the upgrades. See, if I click this one, and click on the upgrade base, it uses iron to make the upgrade base. So currently we can't upgrade our backpack to feed us or anything like that, but it'll be very useful for carrying around certain things, which, before we leave the area, some of the certain things I like to carry around with me is the iron. I like to keep the iron in my backpack, and gold and stuff like that. Like basic things that I will probably use a lot of, that it's just nice to have in my backpack to keep around. Of course, you can use your backpack for anything that you wish. This is just how I use my backpack. You can also hold multiple backpacks in your inventory, but I have noticed that if you have 2 backpacks, so like one on your back and one in your hand, or in your inventory, it will slow you down. You'll become much slower. In the meantime, while we're waiting for more birch to be made, he doesn't need the birch immediately. We'll work on giving him these beds, and also the torches. That way it's just something a little less that we have to worry about. And then we can, once we've done that, I'm going to go and help him clear out the stuff he needs to clear out. Okay, so we want these bones to go with those cornflowers. And then we wanted some yellow dye. We also... Yeah, we'll take this bed. This was our respawn point, but it's okay because just over there is where spawn is. So if we die, we're not too far away from the colony anyway. But we need to grab all of this wool. And then, surprise, there's a block of coal. Let's grab that. And look at that gold. This is what I meant last episode when I mentioned, well, when I said there was gold in this cart. They usually hide gold in here. We'll just take all the wool out. If the style ends up using a lot of wool, we'll definitely speedrun getting the shepherd's hut so that we can have one of our villagers work on shearing sheep and stuff. And we did see a couple of sheep in that village over there that we can grab to bring home. And thankfully, because of the slime in the village, we can make some leads to lead them back easily as well. So we have one white bed. We need a second white bed. And then we also want a yellow bed. And then we also want oh wait, do that first. Combine those together. 1, 2, 3. A light blue bed. There we go. And while we are at it, yeah, I'm also going to use this piece of lapis we found. And I am going to make us a light blue sleeping bag. So we don't have a sleeping bag yet. These are very useful. Again, reminder that you can't make a white sleeping bag because there's another recipe that takes over that crafting recipe. But sleeping bags are really nice. You can sleep wherever you like. It doesn't save your spawn point to that space or anything, but it is generally useful. I didn't end up making those torches, but we'll make them later. Torches are one of the last things he will deal with once he's done. Can't wait till we get iron. There are certain dungeons that you can find that are just chock full of iron, and I'm hoping there's one not too far away. Like, so far, we haven't seen one. And I don't know what these contain. I haven't been in those dungeons before. Hopefully a lot of iron. I would appreciate a lot of iron. I have gone inside a smaller zeppelin before, and it had, like, some redstone stuff in it. Kind of disappointed. But we'll do some exploration whenever it's raining. Or when we need to go out to find something that we can't continue building things without. And by the way, for anyone wondering, currently the speech bubble that's above his head isn't the fact that he wants something. It's the fact that he really wants a house, because he hasn't had a house for a while. That's what all of the little speech bubbles are all about. Everyone's just like, we haven't had a house, we haven't been able to sleep anywhere, can we get a house? Which is exactly why we're building the tavern, so that they have somewhere to sleep. Okay, and now let's start getting all this the stone out of here so that he won't have to deal with it. We've gotten rid of all the stone. He just needs to get rid of all the dirt he thinks is in the way. Oh, there we go. He's starting to place things. Oh, while he's doing that, I'm going to start bringing down the cliff. I mean, mostly bringing down the cliff. I might leave the back intact because I'm not quite sure how I want to do that yet with the road. I'm just gonna put that sapling over there. Okay, let's go and make some torches. Grab the coal, make some torches. We'll put some of that coal in here. Torches go in there. Yeah, once we've given all 4 of our colonists their jobs, we're going to work on upgrading the huts. First we'll check if we can do the town hall we'll go through here, which we should be able to with the simple stuff here. We'll spruce up the town hall so it looks great, and then we'll level up the builder's hut to level 2 and everything else to level 2 as long as we can. It's personally my strategy. Like, you don't have to. I didn't used to level them up as much as possible at first, but I like to, now that I know how the invading mechanics and stuff like that work, and the sicknesses and stuff, I try and upgrade the first huts as much as possible before I need to start expanding the village. That way it gives me a little bit more time to gather resources, to be ready and stuff, to fight the invaders, and make sure that we have enough food and resources for curing people when they're sick. For example, getting the farm to level 3 so that they can do 3 fields will mean that we have wheat coming in for general needs, we have carrots coming in and potatoes coming in, which will help us with the sicknesses that will be coming in. So that's mostly my goal. And then once we have things upgraded as much as possible, that's when we'll start building some houses and making new jobs for people. The first new job after that stage will be the warehouse and the couriers, so that we have places to put things. Because otherwise, if they don't have much space in their huts, they're not going to be able to store much. And we'll continuously get this "we need a pickup" thing going on, because they have nowhere to put their stuff. Warehouses are very nice, especially when you get to them to level 3, because then you can sort the inventories and it makes it a little easier to work with. But we'll go into more detail about the other buildings when we get there. I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. First thing, we need to get the tavern done so that everyone can sleep. Now, while he's working on the tavern currently, I am going to work on the farm. And my thoughts was to put the farm over here and the fields nearby, but we need to check what the farm looks like and how that's going to slot together. So I believe the farm is made with a wooden hoe, but we'll just double check. There's the farm there. Yep, wooden hoe, or if you want 2 farms, you can do it with a stone hoe. There we go. The farm. We'll go back to the river like we've done before, and we will have a look-see at what the farm looks like, how big it is, all that stuff. So the farm is found under agriculture, under horticulture. There's the farm. You can also find the composter's hut, the flower shop, and the plantation. All 3 of those are ones that we can't do anything with yet, because so we can't actually build those huts until we research them in the university. Like, we can place them down, but we can't get our builder to build them, because I don't know how yet. So here is our basic farm. This looks like it's the entrance here. We'll put it up to level 5. Oh, that's pretty cute. It's got a lot of melons and pumpkins in there. A lot of wheat. Yep. Just one section. I kind of want to think about the other stuff. So let's go... The other stuff, I mean, like, the actual farm plots. Because the farm is great, but it's useless unless you have fields. So let's have a look at all the fields. We had like a tiny look last time, but here's a better view. So there's the front there. It seems to... How wide is that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. 4... So 4 out from the scarecrow in every direction. Okay. Let's check out what the fancy field looks like. That's interesting. The fancy field has a redstone lamp down the bottom. And that is a very small field. That is definitely not a field that we will be using. It's fancy, but not very useful. And then we will check the large field. which is probably the size that we will use. I think this is the max size. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out from the scarecrow in every direction, and every part of the field is tillable. So yeah, we'll be using the large fields. And what I want to do is I want to work out where where one field will go, and then we can put the hut next door to it. So I want to put first large field. We need to find out where the fence is. Oh, the gate is there. So we want to turn it this way so that it faces the road. And then I want it to be like that. And down one. So it will sit here. Let's just check the back a little. We will have to do a little bit of terraforming here to make it fit and all that kind of stuff. But that's okay, that fits there nicely. And I am going to tick the box. We'll just need cobblestone, a field, some dirt, some birch stuff. And we're going to place that there. That does put it in the builder's list of things to do, which he will start doing after he's finished the tavern. That's fine. Now we want to get the farm out, which is facing in this direction. Very good. So this is where the edge of the field is. Here's a space, here's a space, and then I want to put that there. Because what I want to do is have like a thin line down here where the where a little path will go, because we'll have the other 3 fields in the back here possibly, because the hut can level up all the way to level 5, so they can do 5 fields per farmer. And we'll put a second field here, which will mean that we'll have to get rid of some of this section, which is fine, because as I've said previously, we're not going to be keeping the basic hut, the supply camp that we started with. That is not something we're going to be keeping. Okay, and then we just double check level 5. Yes, that sits there nicely. Tick. And the farm is right there. Cool. We need to check if there's more birch here. There is. And that's everything. Nice. Okay. So now that we've done that, we're going to come over and start clearing out where the field is going to be, so he doesn't have to worry about that when he gets here. There we go. Nice little downward into the water. Okay, that's that cleared off. Also to help out, we'll just clear out this grass so he doesn't have to take time breaking it. Okay, and then the other thing we want to do is we want to clear out this. While we're doing that, put down the little pathway. Oh, he's finished the tavern. Now that the tavern is standing, we should turn our attention to the resource production. Perhaps you should get a forester reminder. I'm already ahead of you. Let's go inside and check it out. So here we go. The Cantering Creeper Tavern. Got this a very empty area. We've got 1 bed, 2 bed, 3 bed, and 4 bed. I'm assuming this is going to look much better when it upgrades. Let's check. So, yeah, they'll be getting, like, some trapdoors and things. A lot of white floating carpet. That's interesting. Some bamboo will be needed. Cactus extras for various things. So, we'll be needing some cactus. I don't think we've found any yet. Some lime green bed. Some more birchwoods. Yep, we've got some barrels that will be going in there. That'll look very nice. But it's interesting to note that we will have to go on our way to find some cactus. It is a hot biome down here, so we'll probably find cactus down that way rather than up this way where there's cold. So that's probably where we're going to have to venture. And now that the tavern is built, you'll notice that when it comes to nighttime, everyone comes here instead of gathering around the town hall. And they each pop in a bed, and then in the chat it'll tell you all colonists are tucked into bed, so that you can go to sleep. And they will have had a good night's rest, and they won't be cranky, and they'll be happy, and all that kind of nice stuff. We'll also start getting guys like this guy, which has a little symbol above his head, because he's just someone who has stopped by the tavern to visit your town. And if you click on them, they'll have like a little flavor text. Seems adept at using swords and says, "If by my life or death I can protect you, I will. You have my sword." And you can check his stats, say maybe later stop talking to him, or you can recruit him with a certain amount of things that he likes. For example, he wants books, but sometimes they might want other things like enchanted books or gold or iron. Sometimes, and my rubber chicken, yeah. Welcome to the stream, Chris. How long have you been here? But yeah, sometimes I have found, and I did decide to actually hire people into my town. They might not even join your town. They might take the stuff and leave. They might scam you. Just got here. What we playing? We're playing Minecolonies. This is the colonist. Isn't it cute? We've got our little builder's hut, our forester's hut. This is our tavern. Our mine is over here. We're going to be building a farm over there. That's my supply camp, which we'll be taking out later. But yeah, explaining these guys. I personally don't hire these guys very often, because if we come over here and go to settings, I think, yeah, kids will be born. I leave this on. Some people turn it off and then exclusively hire people into their town from the people in the tavern, because usually...
What can I do for you?
Look at this. They usually have very high stats. Intelligence is one of the most important stats, because intelligence tells you how fast the citizen will level up in their skills. That's the important one. All the other stats are to do with certain jobs and stuff. So, for example, if we talk to Ben, he only has a 5 intelligence score, which means he takes quite a while to level up compared to other people. Who has the most intelligence in our colony right now? That's a good question. How much intelligence does Aliana have? She has 1. She is literally the worst. So she won't be leveling up very fast at all. Paula is our other colonist who doesn't currently have a job. She's hungry. Let's give her some food. There you go. Yeah, looking at her stats, she has a 2 intelligence score. And then...
What's it for today?
He has an intelligence score of 2. So our builder actually has the highest intelligence score. There is ways to increase your citizen's intelligence score. There is the school, which will increase the intelligence level of children born within, as long as there's... I don't think you have to have a teacher at the school, but I think it helps. They use paper and books to increase their intelligence when they're children, and then when they're adults, you want the library. The library will increase their intelligence. Both of those are things that you have to unlock using the university. Anyway, we should make sure he has everything he needs for this build. Some more torches and a field. The fields are very unique. You have to have they're like indicators to the farmer of where their field is so that they can do the farming. And you make it with either a pumpkin or a hay bale with some leather and some sticks. So you make like a little scarecrow man. And then when he is placed eventually, you'll be able to put in the type of seed you want to be planted there. And you can adjust his field size. So the max size is 5 out in each direction. But if you want like one side bigger or smaller, you can adjust it. That way you can have fields as big or small as you like, as long as they're not bigger than 5 out in each direction from the scarecrow. But each of the directions is customizable. That's not what I wanted to press. torches. We're making torches. I have coal on me. I don't know why I came all the way back here. There we go. Now he has everything he needs for this particular build. And while he's doing that, I'm just going to quickly check over here. So we'll need birch planks, some cobble, some hay bales, some gravel, 4 racks. That's not bad. It's very easy. We should have everything we need to make that. Yeah, so this is the large field. The large field doesn't actually change that much between most of the different building styles. Most building styles have a large field that is this shape and structure with the water in these placements.
Better not.
So yeah, he'll place in all the fences first and the field, I think, as well. And then he'll place in all the water afterwards, because the water is classed in the same category as like the torches and signs and things. Yeah, also, one other thing I forgot to mention about the tavern is you would have noticed that it only has 3 levels. Yeah, it's different from every other building, which has 5 levels. So what I tend to do for the tavern, like you can, when the build starts level 2, you can upgrade the tavern to level 2, but usually the level 2 version of the tavern matches like the level 3 of all the buildings. So I tend to wait till I get to level 3 to actually upgrade the tavern, and then upgrade the tavern again when I'm level 5, so that it matches the majority of the buildings around it most of the time. Just thought I should mention that. In case you're wondering why the tavern has only 3 levels, if you notice that, instead of 5 like everything else. I assume it's because, like, it doesn't really have much of a function, unlike most other buildings. Town Hall still has a level 5, even though it doesn't have as much, it barely has any function. It just has, like, the stuff to do with, organizing your colony and stuff. Like, it's just aesthetic, leveling it up. The tavern, on the other hand, will increase the amount of people that come and stop by the tavern and increase their skills, I think, make them better. You'll start seeing them, like, walk around with, like, golden boots on and stuff. Okay, tavern is... Oh, sorry, field. Field is almost complete. So, if we go in here, I can show you how the field map works. So if you right-click them, see, we've got northward field size, which is nearest to me, which means this is the north side. Which, yeah, that's north. So, yes. And then this is to my left. So, over here. This is to my right. And that's opposite me. So, it lets you know where things are. And then you can click on these to be like, no, I don't want any that way. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And since this is the large field, we can have it 5 by 5 by 5 by 5. And anyway, you put the seed that you want to be planted here and there, which will let the farmer know that that's what you want planted there. Of course, first we need to build the farmer hut so that the farmer will actually do the stuff, which will be Paolo over there. So he'll be heading back to his hut right now so that he can receive this order. There we go. I've started work on farm. And we've cleared out most of the space already, but he'll probably still want to clear out some of the bottom space because of where the hut will be sitting, if it needs a flooring or whatever, any pathway pieces he needs to chop out, which hopefully won't be much. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be much. But while he's doing that, let's go check what the building needs. Cobblestone, torches, 45 birch fences. What's up, buddy? You need another shovel? Yeah, he needs another shovel. Also, he has... Oh, no. No, he doesn't need the shovel. Sorry. The miner needs the shovel. I got confused. I wasn't expecting the miner to need a shovel. Guessing she's found some dirt. Hopefully some gravel, though. Let me go check before I give it to her. Oh, yeah. She needs to dig out that dirt over there. I see. It's just coming down a little bit close to where she needs to dig. So what she'll be doing now is she's gotten down to here, but she needs to dig out these bits here for the mine shafts that will be going off in different directions. So that's what she's doing. And then once she's made that section, she will dig down again to make the next section. That way she'll have multiple shaft levels that she can work on. And then we need 4 racks. which is why we are carrying the iron with us, so that we don't have to run back up to get stuff for that. So how many racks did he say? 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we put the build tool in the middle and surround it with wood, and that's how we make racks. And that is why racks are expensive. Not as expensive as lanterns, but pretty expensive. And racks are the only things, other than their hut blocks, that villagers will put things into. That's their only storage. We just need to wait for him to finish now. Here we go. He was just waiting on some racks. You'll notice that they shift sometimes when he places them. It's just because visually they're a little whack when they get placed down. But they fix themselves. Yeah! Okay, so now we have the farm ready to go. We can hire our Palana to come over and be our farmer. There's no crafting table here, so I'm going to quickly run over here and we're going to make her a hoe, because she'll need that. Everyone's heading to bed. We'll continue going about our business. Put the hoe in there. We also need to give her as many seeds as we can get our hands on. How many seeds do we have stashed away? 56 in total. I don't know why I put it in the hut block. I can just stick the stuff over here. There we go. And then once she actually gets to work, she will hoe out all of this area and then start planting it with seeds. And we should then get a lot of seeds coming in. Also another thing I like to do is in settings, she can request fertilizer. Currently, we don't have a lot of fertilizer. Not everyone's in bed yet. Who are we waiting on? Oh, there we go. Oh my god! There's a slime! I guess the marsh counts as a kind of swamp? I did not expect that. We're gonna get so much slime here. Oh my god. Oh no, my sword. Okay, we'll just punch the rest of them. Okay, they're not one punching. Okay. It's because they have 1.01 health. So just more than my fist can do. Here we go. More health for us. And everyone should be coming out now. Look, she's all dressed up for the farm. Here we go. She'll grab her stuff and head for her field. Which, by the way, inside the farm, there is a fields tab, which will tell you where the fields are. And you can, it's on automatic right now, which means she will sense where fields are. But you can also turn it to manual and tell her which farms you want her to work on at any one time. There's also a crafting recipes section. I haven't gone over this yet. Okay, creepy cave noises. I haven't gone over the crafting recipes yet. But certain huts can learn certain crafting recipes. So for example, she can make jack-o'-lanterns, and if I had some wheat, I could also teach her how to make hay bales. So that when someone needs hay bales and we have a courier, the courier will take wheat over to her if she doesn't have enough wheat, and she'll craft hay bales, and the courier will take them back and take them to the person that needs them, or take them to the warehouse, depending on what is needed. Yeah, so she'll start doing that. So now we have all the basic huts all set up. So I'm going to start seeing if I can level up the builder's hut. Let's see what we need. So to level up the builder's hut, we'll need a furnace, some wool, some birch, a bit of spruce, that's fine. Red wool, that's not too bad. Stone bricks isn't too bad. None of this is too hard to get. So let us upgrade the builder's hut. I could do this right now, but it kind of needs a lot of resources. And so I tend not to do the town hall straight away. But maybe I will do that after we level up the builder's hut. Because I just really want to get him like an extra rack. Before he really starts, I'm going to take out these 2 blocks because they don't belong to his hut, and he'll just get rid of them. And we'll start looking to supply him with the things he needs. Primarily, I do like to check on the clipboard to see what they need rather than inside the hut itself, because the things that appear on the clipboard are things that they need immediately. Things that they have lined up for the next few placements. So they would prefer. So if I give them to them now, it means that they won't have to worry about waiting around for long periods of time without the resources that they need. I thought I saw you guys. Oh my god, I need to make a sword. Just a sec. I'll deal with you guys very soon. Just getting a sword. Here we go. Get out of my village. Losers. Bam. I just leave the ominous banners around the place, by the way, because, like, they're useless. I don't really care for them. I don't think we'll need a lot of spruce for this town, so I'm not going to plant any nearby for our forester to chop down. The builder just wants it because the builder's huts tend to show off the different blocks in the game, not necessarily blocks that they will be using. Hi, I would like your stone, please. Thank you. Ooh, some iron ore. Very fancy. She's starting to want these framed oak planks. So we're going to have to make the architect's bench for her. We'll do that shortly. And I will give you a lesson, guys, a lesson on the architect's bench. Cobblestone slabs. 5 cobblestone slabs. And then we need 20 stone bricks, which means we have to cook up some stone. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And 8. That'll make up the at least 20 we need and won't waste any of our coal, because coal is very precious right now. We need 1 white wool and 2 racks, so let's grab those as well. Make the 2 racks we need. Okay, he's going to have to wait for the stone bricks. And while he's waiting for the stone bricks, we are going to work on the architect stuff, so that our mine can continue doing her thing. So, Architect's cutter. That's what it is. And we need iron ingots, 3 stone slabs, and 3 woods. So, I don't think there's any stone slabs nearby, because there is some that can naturally spawn here. So we will be having to use a wee bit of this. We have logs with us. We have the iron on us. Yes. Let's go make this in the cheapest way possible. So we only use 2 of the stone rather than 3. So we do this, and I forgot to bring the iron out. So we're going to have to do it again. So iron at the top, logs down the bottom, stone slabs in the middle, and we get the architect's cutter. So these are the 3 basic building items that you need for Minecolonies, if you have this pack and have the woodcutter. So the architect's cutter has 3 slots in it, because you can make 3 things with 3 different stuff. Easiest way is to do it like that. See, some things only appear once you put a 3rd thing in. It's mostly shown down here. There's like extra stuff. But we need to make very specific stuff. So we need to make these framed oak planks. So they're double-crossed birch planks, oak planks. That's the way that it is said there. So we need to get some birch planks and some oak planks to make that. So grab some birch planks, some oak planks. And so one of the easiest things with these block ones for the architect's cutter is the fact that you can see that the birch is on the outside of the block and the oak is on the inside. And so we put the birch to the left and the oak to the right, and we will get that kind of thing. So it says birch planks, oak planks. It's always best when you're making these things to hover over the thing before you create it to make sure that the name is correct and the type is correct and the materials are in the right order to what the people need. So we will make that. She needs like 35 of them. So that's 16. We will make, I think, 2 more lots. So, birch planks, oak planks, double crossed. There's 48 of them. These are ones that the miner will be using consistently, because what she's doing right now is she has chopped out these bits that she needs to, and now she'll be decorating them to make the cross section for the shaft. So we'll give those to her, and she'll grab them and start putting them down. Like, she only asked for 35 of them now, but she'll definitely be wanting more later, because each of the shafts look exactly the same all the way down. She'll also probably be wanting some signs soon. Yep, there we go. She'll only need 1 for each section, but she asks for 10 now just to be prepared. So I will give her 12. That way we don't have to give her any more signs for quite some time. She also, the mine, also wants 60 birch shears. She also needs some birch slabs. So let's see if the forester has any birch for her. Not in here, but he probably has some on him.
Got it. I'll take care.
Yep, there we go. How many slabs did she need? 420. We're not giving her that many. We're going to give her a stack of slabs. And that'll do her for now. She's just way overestimating how many she needs. She also needs some fences. We'll make as many as we can, which is 20. Because we really need some more birch. We just gotta wait for our lumberer, or we can go chop some down if we emergently need some. I'm pretty sure emergently isn't a word, but it is now. Anyway, we came here for the stone. How's it going over here? Oh, she started actually planting the field now. And he needed 20 stone bricks. And that should give him everything he needs, right? Yep. Okay, now he will carry on working on his builder's hut. Yeah, he wanted to work on the pathing, which he couldn't until he got the stone bricks. Sorry they took so long, buddy. They were literally the last thing that I could make. The nice thing about when they upgrade buildings, they don't do what they do when they first create a building. When they first create a building, they will destroy the terrain until everything is blank. Everything that isn't a block that the building should be has been gone. But once they start upgrading buildings, they'll just immediately start placing blocks first, and then they'll start removing blocks after that that aren't supposed to be there. And then they'll start adding the torches and things. That's the order that they'll do after they have started upgrading things rather than just building things. Which I very much prefer, because it takes a long time for them to break blocks and get rid of them. So it's very nice once you can just get them to upgrade things. Everyone's lining up to go inside. Here he goes. I'm just waiting on Eliana, which is doing a very good job down here. I think she's stuck on the fence. That happens sometimes. They get confused with fences sometimes because they're not in the block completely and they want to be in the block completely. That's okay. We got her fixed. She'll be hopping in bed very soon once she signs in at the tavern. There we go. Everyone's asleep, so we can sleep through the night. Oh, it's raining. If I quickly sleep... come on. There we go. The way the sleeping mod works in this, sometimes it'll wake you up before the usual wake up time in Minecraft. And so if it's raining, you do have that chance to try to sleep to get rid of the rain. Sometimes though it doesn't work, and it will just be raining the whole day. And it sucks, because then you don't get anything done. But we managed to get rid of the rain today, so that's great. We don't have to worry. Oh, he's got racks coming in. And there's the furnace. We'll be able to cook things here now, rather than having to go all the way up there. He himself won't use the furnace, but we can. Usually builders' huts are set up for the player to be able to do things at the builder's hut. Not all of them are, but usually. Of course, they don't usually add in the stone cutter and the sawmill and stuff, but I will add them in personally every time. And then just move them whenever I'm upgrading the hut so that they don't mess with them too much. Though once the warehouse is built, I move all my things that I use over there. Because then I can just take things out of the warehouse, make them, put them back in the warehouse, and the courier will take care of the rest. So I don't have to go around each of the huts myself and delivering things, because they can do it. Also, another thing to note about upgrading is consistently what I have personally noticed with each of the styles that I have tried with Minecolonies is that levels 1 to 3 of buildings are just basic things that you can just get in the overworld. And then when level 5 comes along, they add in some nether stuff. At least in the builder's hut they do. And then in level 5, they add stuff from the end. I have done one style before, which is the frontier style, which I've been doing by myself, that does use nether stuff at level 3 though. But that's definitely the exception rather than the rule, as far as I have noticed personally. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Oh, you're removing things now? Nope, see? He took out some of the logs there, because he moved the log over here, and now he's adding in the torches. Yay! Level up. And now is interesting to know, if we press this question mark button, this actually talks about the builder hut and how it works. But if we go to the second section, it will tell us that now he's level 2, he can use iron tools. Of course, we won't be giving him iron tools because we don't have a lot of iron, but that's how it works. This is a great guide for pretty much all hut levels across the board. Every hut will use stone tools at level 1, iron tools at level 2, diamond tools at level 3, and enchanter tools at level 4 and 5. Of course, diamond tools, very much I don't give them to them very often. They are very expensive. Oh my god. Anyway, let us actually... yeah, let's build this building. Also, let's help him get rid of a lot of the stuff. There we go. I think I got it all. And we'll go deliver these seeds to the farmer.
Gonna put a roof over that.
I'll just grab those seeds from him. Here you go, farmer. Got seeds for you. Why do you have dirt? Let me grab that from you. Anyway, let's deliver to the builder whatever he might need. Let's go get some cobblestone. Yeah, let's see how this has ended up. So she started working on... she's starting to work down again. But yeah, so this is what the various mine shafts look like. And she'll have a little sign here saying what mine level it is, which this one's 0. What Y level it's at, so it's at 57. That's how high up in the world we are. And how many nodes there are. The nodes are each little mineshaft section that is completed as we go along. That's interesting that she hasn't put anything here or here, but she put stuff here. That's interesting. There's some more cobblestone for you. We need some more gravel. You give him a piece of string. Let's go get some string. I don't know what he wants to use the string for. Maybe he wants to put it on top of the birch sapling that he's going to place so that it doesn't actually grow, but it looks aesthetic. That's probably what he wants it for. A piece of string goes in there. There we go. And let's go back to that gravel patch we found and get some more gravel. We found it all the way down this way. It's a little far from the colony, but that's okay. Also, mangoes. Delicious. Oh, and a lemon. We'll also eat that when we can. Okay, the gravel I think was down over here. Yeah, in here. There's not much more left in here, but we'll grab it all. And we'll have to find another patch of gravel at a later date. This is a lot more than I expected. This is great. We'll just grab as much as we can. Okay, and that's all the gravel. That was quite a decent amount. We got 1 stack, 2 stack, and 15. We'll definitely have to find another gravel patch later, but that will do us for a little while. Okay, he's still digging out pieces in the ground he needs to. Oh, he's almost done. Almost done. Okay, gravel, go. Torches also. Some more stripped oak logs, which we won't be making. The forester does that, and a bunch more birch planks. Let's put these oak logs back in here, because he'll want to strip those down when he gets the order to. And we need planks. A lot of planks. That's mostly what's holding us up. It's the amount of planks we're gonna need. Oh, he's started actually putting in things now. And it's about that time to end stream now. We've had a pretty good day. We got the tavern put in, and we got the farm put in, and our first field. We've started our town hall. We'll definitely finish the town hall next time we play. We'll get all that stuff done. But yeah, make sure you look after yourselves, because you're important. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much for stopping by. It's been a real blast. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!